So today's journey is about the inner visit to the inner temple of the West. Now, we've done before the temples of the East, the temple of the South. Today is the temple of the West. And I just want to remind you what are these temples even about. So the inner temples, you can think of them as a sort of a power station. We can always connect to the divine, which we do anyway. We always connect to the divine. And because we want to use any acceleration, any concentration of power that is available to do a healing, we are exploring through these journeys the temples, and each temple, each direction is like a power station of the properties of that direction. So for example, the East was associated with the word, with creating something new. The South was associated with the element of fire, with the flow into the future, and with bringing something into your life. But it has where the East is something that in the very short term is simply now. You can think of it as coming into my life. The South is more building a pathway into the future with whatever you brought from the East. Where the West function is associated with water, with flow, and so every inner temple is associated with direction that has a different function. The common thing to them is they're not necessarily like a temple. When I say temple, you imagine some sort of a building with walls, and it could be because every inner temple might have an outer manifestation. So when you imagine a temple that is built of stone, it could be an external manifestation of an inner temple. It probably is. And the main thing is that it's more like a pattern. It's more like when I'm thinking of, if you've seen the Matrix, there's going to be some energetic movement of information and of energetic waves that is going to be the specific pattern for that temple. And so you can see it when you enter that temple. It's like plugging yourself into a power source that is going to help you with whatever it is that you need. Because we're doing these visits, we are in the capacity, I'd say, of students. So we're also learning while receiving, and it's very safe because we always go through the inner library, and the inner library is the interface of the student. When you're a student, when you learn how to visit places that are having properties that you're interested in healing, it's always nice when you start to go through what's called the inner library, which is the accumulation of all the knowledge of people and other beings who have already done it, been there, and know everything. So every time you visit places like the inner library, you get some information or you might get some information that is relevant to what you need or what you seek. And the Temple of the West will help us with things like releasing, because the water properties are about flow, about release. So you can think about releasing, or the water has these properties of they can be contained and they can be released. And remember, water has great retention properties for anything that needs to be maintained, remembered, stays with you. And we're 90%, well, we're probably 99%, I don't know the numbers, of water. That's part of our biological
Mm.
essence. And so just as we go through the motions, start to think about, is there anything that I want to release? We're also going to work with the water to, we will use them in a more alchemical way. And so what it means is, because water can help mix things together, create something new. And so we'll go a little bit into the alchemical properties of water. After all, we are doing the alchemical flame process, so why not? And whatever it is that you're going to seek today will be aided with some alchemical properties and patterns that we'll see unfolding as we visit the temple.